Thank you for giving this opportunity once again to be interviewed by Faces through video. I'll go straight to my questions. Please tell us about yourself. What are your interests and hobbies? My name is Scovion Odira. I'm a teacher from Kenya with 7 years teaching experience. I've done Bachelor in Education Science, specialized in mathematics. With good teaching experience, I normally help students to do well in their mathematics and also build them in their areas of specializations. I have interest in mentoring learners to achieve their goals in mathematics and being good ambassadors by performing well in mathematics. I have one hobby during my free time. I love playing chess, which is my best game. Question number 2. What motivated you to become a teacher for the subject for which you are applying? I became mathematics teacher because I was motivated by my former teacher, who was a math teacher. He used to solve problems of mathematics in a logical reasoning that makes us become empowered to love mathematics. So through that, I became a good ambassador of mathematics, and I started learning and enjoying how frequently students could be helped to do maths. From there, I developed that good interest in knowing how to love and teach mathematics. My next question, tell us about your involvement in extracurricular activities that you could coach or supervise. In my school, I actively participate in extracurricular activity. One, I coach students in a mathematics club. I help them to do contests. I help them also to do inter-school joints and also inter-classes competition in mathematics. I also coach students in science and engineering fair to bring a project, to write up a project and develop a project. For example, I have done it to the students to a level of regional levels and being awarded a certificate as a mentor for students. I am also coaching students in sporting activities, and in that sporting activity, the students have been actually performing well. Like I'm a coach of volleyball team, and I've mentored students in volleyball teams and performed well in their competitions. My next question: what subject have you taught, and at what age level? I have taught mathematics, and I'm currently a teacher of mathematics for the last 7 years, and I've been teaching the age bracket between 12 years to 17 years, and the students have been doing well in that areas of mathematics. My next question: how do you prepare to teach your lesson, and what do your lesson plans include? In my lesson planning, I begin by reviewing the syllabus. After reviewing the syllabus, I bring a clear objectives to the learners in my writings. Then after that, I review my previous lesson. After reviewing my previous lessons in the write-up, I now introduce the new concept of the lesson. In the new concept of the lesson, I involve a lot of discussions, involves a lot of question and answering. I group my students and give them a task. I also supervise the tasks. I answer their questions. I mark their books in classes. And then I also organize for them a formative assessment in that discussion. I also include a real-life example to the learners by giving them lessons, structured questions, and also maintaining my goals, so that by the end of the lesson, all the learners are in a position to achieve what they wanted or what the lesson is concerned. Question number 6, talk about 2 strategies or methods that you effectively used in your classrooms. Actually, I use 2 effective methods in my classroom. One is collaborative learning. Here in collaborative learning, I put my learners in groups. After putting my learners in groups, I give them a task. Then in that task that I've given them, I give them within a given stipulated time. Then once they've done with the task, I give them an opportunity to present. After they have presented their task in groups, I award them a mark and also correct them on their areas of difficulties. This one has helped my learners to be encouraged on the peer learning, and also it has built a lot of communication skills in my learners, because through that they have now started from learning from each other, because now the lesson is now learner-centered. Another thing is the problem-based learning. Here in problem-based learning, I use a real-life example for the learner to capitalize their attention and ensure that the content that I'm teaching them retain in their brains. By doing this, the learners get motivated and they be in a position to live in a real life situations of mathematics and solve such problem. For example, here I have my cube. In this my cube, I want to use it to teach a concept under cubes, so that they learn, number one, they learn more about faces, they learn more about the edges of the cube, and they learn more about the vertices of the cube. So for example, I'll come with a box in my class and tell my students that in this cube, we want to learn about the faces, edges, and the vertices. So I will count for them that one, we want to learn about the faces. And this cube, we want to learn about the faces. This is the first face, second face, third face, fourth face, fifth, and sixth. So this cube has got now 6 faces. Then we go to the vertices. So the vertices, I will tell them the vertices are these corners here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By doing this, the learners has now seen how the vertices can be counted and how the vertices should be appeared. Finally, I demonstrate for them about the edges. I will count with my learners about the edges of the cube, and I'll have to let them know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then 12. So from there, the learners are in a position to solve a real-life situation in mathematics by bringing for them a model to solve such problem. So this one helped me to build the learners confident in knowing that the concept of my lesson is based on the capitalization of the real-life situation. My next question: when someone enters your classroom, describe the learning activities in which the students are engaged. Actually, in my classroom, you will find the students solving problems in mathematics as I guide them through. You will find my students in groups. You will find my students doing class presentation. And you'll also find my students asking questions as I answer their questions. You'll also find me guiding the students' questions by giving them the correct answers through the board, so that by the end of the day, objective of the lesson get achieved by supporting the areas of difficulties. So my class is also learner-centered, where each and every student is allowed to participate a given concept, so that the lesson can be enjoyable to them and they can easily now adapt with the new skills, answer questions, ask them questions, they answer. I give them also tasks, so my class is very friendly. I also give students assignments. I also give them homework, so that it can keep them busy wherever they are at home. My next question: what method do you use to evaluate your students' progress? Actually, I use a continuous assessment test. When I do a test with the students, I record. I also use quizzes, random quizzes at a given interval. I also use oral questions to my learners. Then I also give them homework. I also give them questions to do in groups, which I supervise, then they do presentation. So through that, the learners ends up actually gaining a lot of confidence in mathematics, and by the end of the day, they give me a good results in mathematics. My next question: If you use technology in your teaching, describe how you'll incorporate it in your teaching. Describe any experience you have with a smartboard. Actually, I integrate technology by use of the PowerPoint. Then I displayed for the students in the smartboard so that they can easily also learn in a digitalized way. I also record video as I take my lessons. Then I put it as a presentation, a smartboard for the students so that they can be in a position to see every complex concept to make them learn more about mathematics. So the technology, I advance it also. Even when they go home, I organize for them an online class. They also learn a lot through my online classes through Google or WhatsApp video so that we can build them confidently in building up in technology learning. My next question, if you have students who are noisy or non-attentive, share ways you regain their attentions without interrupting the lessons. Actually, when students become noisy or distracted, I use nonverbal cues to assist the students in maintaining silence. First, I maintain eye contact to the students or the group making a lot of noise. Then I will keep a bit silent, and I move closer also to them. After I move closer to them, I will be teaching so that the students can be in a position to understand the concept. I also give them short questions as I mark in class to keep them active in all the lessons that I'm taking them through. So through this, the students develop a lot of interest and they will not be interrupting the lessons to go on. Next question. Describe the most difficult problem you have had to deal with as a teacher and how you solve this problem. Actually, one of the most challenge I faced as a mathematics teacher was managing actually a very large number of students who have already developed a negative attitude towards mathematics. So the first thing I did as a teacher was to identify their problem or their challenge. After identifying their challenge, I started working on their challenges. And I realized that one of their challenges was that they feared mathematics. So I started giving them simple questions of mathematics that they can easily solve. So they started creating a good attitude towards mathematics when I give them this simple mathematics. So anytime I give them assignment and they perform well, I appreciate the little effort they made. And this made them start building a good attitude towards mathematics. Until as we speak now, they are doing well. They now know that mathematics is their best subject. My next question. Give an example to show that you are a flexible person, that you can make changes to your teaching strategy. Actually, flexibility is one of my key strengths in teaching. And I remember during COVID-19, when COVID-19 pandemics, when the face-to-face classroom was not possible, I went and sit down, structured an online notes, and then organized Google classes and WhatsApp online classes to my learners, and the learners managed to have their classes. So through that, the students were able to be engaged even through that pandemics. Another thing, I also assist my fellow colleagues when they are sick and they have already informed the administration, or when they have any challenge, I normally assist them to teach for them their classes if the administration has requested me to chip in for them, because sometimes a colleague may be not feeling well. Finally, I also identify students' challenges. If I realize that in my lesson the students have not performed well or the objective are not achieved, I am a flexible person. I can create another extra hours to take students through such areas. Thank you for this opportunity.